Okay, I apologize that I don't look great. I probably sound like a frog, but I am really behind on Camp NaNoWriMo already. It is Sunday, and I am going to use as much of today as humanly possible to try to get caught up on some writing. Hang on, let me pull up my goals. I am doing a goal of 100, I wish. I am doing a goal of 1,800 minutes for this month, which I think roughly equates to about an hour every day. And because of the holiday and because of work and because of life and health and all of that stuff, I have not wrote for like several days. I need to write like for I think about 4 hours, so I'm going to take a chunk of this morning and work. I also have a million other personal things I need to do. I need to work on cleaning the upstairs portion of my house. We've been doing this big like rearranging of the bedrooms and the office and decluttering, so a lot of the clutter has come out into the living room so that we can sort it. I gotta work on that this afternoon too because I'm going crazy having such a messy house. So I have a busy day ahead of me. So I am going to write this morning, and I figured, oh, I'll kill two birds with one stone and I'll do a very rushed writing vlog because I also really failed on the vlogging front. I am going to get somewhat caught up today, hopefully. We'll see. So let's get started. I don't have time to be babbling so much. I need to get started. So let's go. Just want to take you guys on a little journey in my bullet journal. This is not the prettiest, best, greatest spread I have ever done in my life, and I apologize for that. This was supposed to be me keeping track of my Camp NaNoWriMo goals. As you can see, that kind of didn't happen, and I'm not going to waste time trying to calculate everything. This page is more my priority, and it is where I am figuring out what I am working on with my revisions today. I actually spoke with my mentor because I was really stuck with, should I do it in order of like task or should I do it in chronological order? And I kept going back and forth, and I've done like chunks of the things I need to do. I haven't actually dived in as deep as I would like to. I've rewritten several chapters, but it hasn't really felt like a true revision. I am going to try chronological order, even though the beginning of the novel I feel like is the most solid part of the novel. But I think it also would be good for my self-esteem to just have one really polished, well thought out portion done and over with. I am actually starting with kind of what I've made my writing routine, which is that I find the music that I want to listen to. That's my camp profile. So I have been really digging listening to Eversong Woods. This is an ambient soundtrack from World of Warcraft. It's like this very soft, relaxing cello music. Cellos and violins are some of my favorite instruments. They just automatically put me at ease. I have been loving writing and revising to this. And then another thing I like to do is I light a candle. And right now, Sweet Cinnamon Pumpkins. I also have another candle over in the other room that's Drunken Pumpkin, but anything fall scented really suits this book because it actually takes place during the fall, from fall right up to the edge of winter when the book ends. So I love having those sweet like cinnamon, pumpkin, leafy smells to just kind of help inspire me. So I get my tunes going, I get my candle lit, and then I make a bullet journal spread. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. This is not fancy at all. I mean, I literally just threw some washi tape and stickers on it. My writing routine that I've been working with is that I read for 5 minutes, like whatever I'm reading, or listen to an audiobook. The book I've been very slowly reading is Saw Kill Girls, and I'm loving it. It's just every time I go to read, I feel guilty that I'm not working on writing. Do other writers have this problem where you just feel like a tremendous amount of guilt that you should be working on writing when you are reading? I'm trying to make it more a part of my craft process. So I will read for 5 minutes. I'll set a timer on my phone, and then I will just do some free writing in one of my journals. It doesn't have to be anything related to my novel. It can be if I want, but it doesn't have to be. It can be a poem. It can just be babbling. It can just be words, but it's just free writing for 5 minutes. And then what I will do is I will make the actual revision plan of what I'm going to work on today, and that will fill out the rest of this page. So I'm going to be working on Act 1 primarily. I do have this other bullet journal spread, which is just my weekend plans. And as you can see, I did a lot of self-care. I'm behind on video stuff, did my outdoor stuff, did my errands, and now it's writing, and look at all this cleaning. So much cleaning that I'm behind on. So these two are my priorities for today, and hopefully this evening I'll have time to get this edited and uploaded and all that good stuff. So one of my things was to work on Act 1. I want to make notes about the big picture changes that need to happen in Act 1. There's some things that need to be sprinkled in there as far as like secrets that I hint at and all that good stuff. And then if I have time, I will also create my revision plan for Act 2, but Act 1 is the priority today. And so that is roughly the goal. As you can see, this is a much prettier spread because I like to just take some time to do an artsy spread just as some self-care, and I don't consider it a waste of time because it's just a way for me to unwind and turn my brain off for a while. I am going to get to work on this plan right here. Hopefully it will be a success. So I will see you guys in a little bit. So this is the rough plan that I have for Act 1, and as you can see, it is mostly just cleanup and then a few droppings of hints, and I'm also adding in a character. Chapters 8 and 9 are probably the most up in the air right now because I'm thinking about combining or condensing them down. Really, it's just a lot of tweaks, and I have a few notes that are in my Scrivener document that I'm also going to use. I didn't feel like copying them down twice because that just seemed a little unnecessary. As I said before, Act 1 is definitely the cleanest and closest to being what I want it to be in the final draft. And I think just knocking this out and having one solid act done is really going to do wonders for my self-esteem. I've done the really heavy revisions in other acts before when I was getting ready for author mentor match. It's not hard once you actually pull the band-aid off and get started on it. It's just a matter of getting organized, and I think also getting your mindset in the right place. And I think getting Act 1 done is really going to help. I'm going to get started on this and let's see what happens. I completed about a 30-minute sprint of just working on chapter 1, so we can mark that off as being done. And really there was just a couple of things that I realized I wasn't explaining in enough detail for the audience, like I was just leaving a lot of guesswork. I'm really glad that I went through and did that, but overall I'm so happy with chapter 1. It is so dramatically different from the chapter 1 that I started with in the very beginning of writing this novel, and even within like the last 5 months it has dramatically changed. This whole act dramatically changed when I did my revisions for author mentor match, and it was for the better. As you might be able to see, I also just took a couple of minutes to just tidy up this page. It was just kind of bothering me. I didn't like the colors. I had taken one of my Tombow brush pens and just done a little title at the top, but the problem was it was just a way too vibrant pink in comparison to these very light, almost pastel stickers that I'm doing throughout. I tidied that up a little bit because it was bothering me. I knew my brain was going to fixate on it. Also, it was just another way to spark just a little more creativity in me when I do things like doodling and art and sculpting. It helps me just kind of center my brain, so tidying up this page just helped me get going with chapter 1, and I'm really happy with that. I just took a little bit of a break to have some delicious granola. I am just obsessed with this apple chia crumble. It's like fall in a bag and I'm in love with it. And I'm just taking a few minutes to watch a YouTube video from one of my favorite YouTubers, Minnie Small. She is an artist. She is just so tranquil and peaceful in her videos. Even when she's stressed out, I feel calm and it's really nice. So I feel like her creative energy is really good for helping inspire me with my creative energy, because I don't want to come into this sporadic and stressed out. I want to come into this calm and centered and happy. I am going to, watch this for a few more minutes. I've watched this video before, so I can stop in the middle and not feel like I'm missing out. So I'm going to watch this for a couple more minutes, and then we are going to move on to chapter 2, and it'll be fun, I think.